What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone had a Merry Christmas, and depending on what time this video comes out, Happy New Year. We're just getting back on the Colt. If you didn't see my last video, go check it out. I had assembled the engine just to get it up here. I actually moved from Texas to Alaska. That's a whole different story. But last video, I had already assembled the engine. I had to take it back apart, ended up having the wrong head gasket on it. So new one came in today, actually getting it installed. So as you can see here, already got it coated. It's all good to go. It lines up perfect. So the one I had put on it is this one right here. And as you can see, looking at these water jacket holes, you can see the difference. So it was just bleeding by right on the edge of the block down here. So when I filled it up with coolant, I was just rushing putting it together. So I didn't notice all the differences in the gaskets, because there are two different styles I could have ordered, and of course I ordered the wrong one. So for now, old gasket's gone, new gasket's on. So we're gonna fixing to go ahead and put the head back on and put it all back together, and hopefully fire it up by the end of this video. I might just hot wire it temporarily. The wiring is completely out of it. I'm going through rewrapping all of it in electrical tape, just trying to make it look a lot cleaner. Go through, you can see some of these wires are just garbage, so I'm going to go through, actually rewire some of it, just for the time being right now. But we're just going to go ahead. Cylinder head's all ready to go. It was ported, so this should run pretty healthy now. But if you see on the stand over here, it's only going to be a temporary motor. Once I get this one built, that's going to be stage 2 of this car, and it's going to get the works. It's going to get whole new front end, engine, transmission, roll cage. But here's an update. Just a quick walk around. It is gutted still. Got it back from sandblast, kind of threw the rear end underneath it, threw the front end underneath it, kind of just real quick, just to get it rolling onto a trailer. So better late than never. I know it's been a while. It's been a few years since I posted my last video. So thanks you guys that are subscribed and kind of keep up with it. But for those that are new here, it's a 74 Dodge Colt. It has a 1.6 4-cylinder in it, and kind of bone stock for right now. But like I said, cylinder head's ported. It had to get bored over. I think it's 20 over or 40 over. I'm not too sure on that. I have to go back through the spec sheet, but so it should be pretty healthy. I have a header on the way, not quite in yet. It's coming from Australia. It's on back order, but I might just go ahead and build one for the time being. Right now I'm just going to use a stock one just to get it fired up, get it run through, and go from there. But that's enough talking for now. Let's get to work. Cool. just like that, cylinder head is back on. Now I just need to tighten it down. I believe the torque specs 95 foot-pounds. I'm gonna double check, but I believe that's what I had read last time when I looked it up. So we're gonna go ahead, torque all the head bolts down, start putting the valve cover, intake, exhaust manifold, all that back on, and hopefully, if I can get everything hot wired just for a quick start, we'll be starting this thing up here shortly. So we'll go ahead, get all the bolts in, torque them down, center out. So it's gonna be crisscross, and then we'll start going, working our way out to the furthest ones until they are all torqued down. I might do this in a 3-step process instead of just going straight to 95 foot-pounds. I might try to work my way up to it. So we'll see. Normally I don't have any issues besides the washer not wanting to sit on there. Okay. Sorry, it's hard to do this with one hand and film, but let's set the camera down. I'll start torquing all these bolts down, and we'll put the timing belt on. Okay, but I did already have it top dead center. There's like a little slot right there on top of the little plate. There's that circle right there in the cam sprocket. And now, if you can see way down there, that little nub right there for the timing belt, that's top dead center. So we're all set. Distributor's already in time. So everything really should, once I get it all bolted on, should fire pretty much right up whenever I get some fuel to it. So I'm gonna go ahead, tighten that up, put the intake on, put the carburetor on, get all that bolted down, get that, and then I'll come back, I'll show you all that, and then I'll show you the process of hot wiring or temp wiring. I'm not gonna say hot wiring. Temporarily wiring up the motor, starter, and all that onto I have a little start-stop switch. So we'll go ahead, do all that, and then hopefully hear this thing run by the end of this video. So let me bolt everything up, get all that situated, and then we'll come back and I'll show you everything bolted up, show you the full engine, and then we'll go from there. All right, so head bolts are tight. Valve cover. Okay, so get that out of the way. Get this there. This heavy mother trucker over here. Okay, so fumble everything. That's always nice. This shouldn't slide on there. And now this. Should, if I can do this one-handed. Forgot the dipsticks in the way. Hold on. Okay, so heavy, but it'll go on something like that. But like I said, that's only temporary till I either build one or the one comes in from Australia. Like I said, I don't know how long that back order is going to be, but it'll do for now. It's what I ran before. I mean, it's stock on a 78. So it should be just fine. Okay. Okay, so now it's all back together. Now, this one's almost empty, but just gotta fill her up. Hopefully there's no leaks. Okay guys, so as you saw, engine's all put back together. So I did off camera, I got it all mocked up, ready for like temporary startup on a button. So I'm gonna walk you through what I did. It's pretty similar to most vehicles. Obviously the ones that require more electronics are different, but these bare bones carbureted cars, pretty much all you need is power to your ignition, power to your fuel pump, and coil, pretty much it. So let me show you, and we'll hopefully start this car here. So like I said, engine's all put back together, It does have a little bit of a leak just because I don't have a coolant cap for that. So duct tape, duct tape's your friend. But right now I have it on a temporary start switch. So starter button, all it is you run power to your starter down there. And then all this is a momentary switch, which is that clamp right there on the terminal. And then you put it on your starter solenoid, which is right there. So that's all that does. Momentary switch, start, stop, that's it. Ignition, power up, ignition's on, which this one has a resistor. So this one, you run power from your ignition switch to your resistor. If you don't have a resistor, straight to your coil, and then your coil obviously to your distributor. And then down here, fuel pump I have temporarily wired up, so power, ground, obviously that's all you need. Ran all the way to the front, and so these jumper leads, your friend. So I have the ground way up here, and then I have the power directly to the battery. So with this, since the other end's connected to the ground, you can hear the fuel pump running and fuel lines are hooked up. I just need to run a return somewhere. Not worried about that right now, but actually, let's keep that up there. So before you do any of that, you always want to make sure ignition on, you want to make sure you're getting power off. So since we are, this should just fire. Put that down there. So now, fuel pump on, ignition on. Freaking awesome. All right, so obviously it's gonna need some tuning. I gotta adjust the carburetor, do all that. That's why I died when I tried to give it some throttle, but freaking started right up. Man, I'm so excited. I've been waiting 3 years just to hear it run again. I mean, obviously the whole car needs a lot of work. It's not anywhere near being able to drive, but drive shaft's in, rear end's in, engine runs. So main thing holding us up is obviously body and paint, but I might, just because I'm so damn anxious, probably just gonna primer it. I still haven't even picked a paint color yet, so that's the plan. Primer it. Obviously this is gonna go in stages like I mentioned before with the other engine. Roll cage, full front end, full tubular front end, different rear end, but like I said previously, it is very tight budget right now. Like, we obviously moved cross country, so funds are not what they need to be, but freaking stoked. Car's running. So thank you guys again for watching. If you liked what you see, want to see more, like, subscribe, comment, leave me a comment down below what else you want to see. Trying to get back on this, more consistent videos. Tight budget for work. I travel a lot, so don't really have all the time in the world, but with your guys' help, you guys subscribing, liking the video, we might be able to work our way up the YouTube ladder and hopefully do this full time. That's end goal. Have my own shop, do this full time. Love working on these old things. This Obviously, it's not the most desirable classic Japanese American car, but I freaking love this little thing. It's going to be really cool when it's done, so stay tuned for more videos. Next video, not too sure. I'm still doing the wiring, so that might be another video, getting the wiring all tied in, getting the ignition on the actual key, and just go from there. Maybe do some brake lines and stuff like that. Maybe try to get this thing actually rolling out on its own power, but I don't know. We'll have to figure that out in the next video. So thank you guys again. Have a good one.